Hey friends, welcome back. Got another alternate build thoughts for you. This technically is a remake. I did this video a few years ago, and for whatever reason I deleted it. And so this is just a remake of that. And just a not a re-upload, but just a redo, I guess. And this is the Bat Tank. This is from the Batmobile Pursuit of the Joker set 76119 from 2019. Excellent model, beautiful model, just a very smooth, great looking design. It seems to be based on the Burton films, but also is based on animation. It's kind of a blend of the two. It's Lego's own design, but it is very inspired by some other ones. And I would just wanted to share my thoughts on this because once again it got deleted. So here it is. It's from Rebrickable once again, and it's really cool. It's honestly, or I'm sorry, no, this is not from Rebrickable. This is from YouTube. I'll actually link the channel down below because I forgot the name. But this is from a YouTuber who did a video tutorial of how to build this. It's actually pretty easy to follow. You just have to keep, obviously, pausing and playing and, that kind of thing. But it's really nice. I'll give you 360 of it. It's got a great look to it. It's very smooth. It uses almost all the, well, I was going to say almost all the parts, but it has quite a few left over. But it uses most of the pieces. And it has a few cool functions. I decided to add the fire effect because why not? And these are all parts from the set. I'm not going to share the minifigs in this because why would I do that? This is not really a minifig scale. Although, I guess briefly, I'll share the size comparison because why not? There's a minifig and there's the build. The build is pretty decently sized. It's not huge, but it is a good size. So that's just a little bit of a, size thing there. And here's a 360. It's very black, obviously, a fitting Batman. And I would say the only miss for this design is because it's from a Batmobile set, all these parts. You don't have tank treads, so it's a little bit of a missed opportunity. But the tires do look nice, and they add a nice look to it. Here's a brief look at the underside. It's honestly pretty symmetrical. I mean, most Batman builds are, but there's just a brief look at the bottom and the top. My least favorite part about this design is how loose this turret is. Like, as soon as you move it around, the turret loves to be loose like this. But it's fine. It doesn't really bother me that much. It's just something that could have been improved. But anyway, the design is really nice. I like it a lot. I like these two lights on the front. They look really cool. And there's lots of smooth pieces. And I like the build at the front here with all these slopes kind of going upwards toward the front. It's very cool. And it's pretty much armored from all around. These are actually sideways construction, so it's really cool. You have to put these on sideways. It's really cool. There's like a little stud on the bottom there. And the back is pretty cool. I actually want to take that apart just a little bit. Maybe you can take that. And it's attached with some studs right there. You can see, and this is the build. It's actually kind of cool. And it's really snug in there. I'll take this off front section too so you can see how that's built. It's kind of interesting. And there's a couple features to this. We'll get to that in a minute, but here's the top. You got like these vents, and there's a couple of hatches. We'll get to those in a minute. I think the best part of this is the turret. The actual turret here. Look at that. It's so cool. And it moves, obviously. You've got two stud shooters on each side. You've also got this rotating missile launcher section on up top. You can rotate it a little bit. You can obviously take the flame on or put it off. It's up to you. Obviously, it will move around, and you have a hinge for the main barrel of the gun, so you can move that up and down. And otherwise, there's not much else detail-wise. It's really cool looking. I actually want to take this off for just a minute so you can see how that's built. It's got that printed piece, and you can see a little bit of the inside, but you can see how that's built, and there's that. And it's really cool, just the way it's designed. As for features, it does have a couple. You have these hatches here. Open that up, and I don't really know what you're supposed to fit in there. I guess you could put a microfig in there, like a nanofig. Otherwise, what's the point of opening that? It's just a little hatch, like a cargo hatch, or maybe the inside or something. Let's see some tan. It's all right. You can just close that up. And then there's the hatch right here. This one's a little bit harder to get open. That's on the back. And one really cool detail is you can see there's a vent, but there's also a gun, like a blaster pistol hidden in there as, I guess, some engine detail. It's kind of a cool, clever way to do that with that piece. But that's it. I mean, there's literally not much else to this. I mean, it looks great. I think adding the flame really helps, like giving it a cool look. And yeah, again, the only bad part is the stupid loose turret. I just think it could have been tightened. I don't know. I don't really like loose builds. Like I don't like loose, I guess, sections of things. I just think it's mostly a miss. But you know, it's cool. It's very sturdy. It's very sturdy, and it can roll really well, and it looks great. It feels nice, and it's pretty substantial for what it is. It uses, again, most of the parts. So if you want a lot of the parts gone or used up in a build, this is one of the best examples. Again, I'll link the channel so you can build this for yourself if you're interested. I would recommend it if you have the set. It's something different. It's a little finicky at first when you're first building it, but as soon as all these sections come together, it's really strong and it's really smooth. There's not too many studs. Obviously, there is, but there's not like a ton of studs everywhere, if you know what I mean. And it's got lots, it uses a lot of the slopes, and this could actually just work as a military vehicle. Like not even just Batman themed, it could just work as a tank. Again, if you wanted to make it a true tank, you would probably have to add treads, because this set doesn't have treads. It has, tires, like regular wheels. But still, it is really cool. And I do want to give a brief comparison to another, I guess, something similar. The Fast and Furious Dodge Charger. Great set. And they compare pretty well. I think the Dodge Charger is obviously a better model, but this tank could easily shred this thing. So it's up to preference. Just a little bit of a little comparison there. But I think this is great. I would definitely recommend building it. It's got a lot to it. It's got some cool little functions and some neat little details and little clever building techniques, things that you wouldn't necessarily expect. And it goes together pretty quickly. It's nice. It's got a cool look to it. It's very armored. And it's very different from the main build, the actual set. So that's good. Obviously, you can add your own parts to it as well. And I don't know. I think it's cool. I like it a lot. I definitely would recommend building it. It's definitely a nice model, for sure. Am I going to keep this together? No, just because the set's going into storage and eventually on display. So, yeah, it's been on display before, but the set, I mean. So I'll just keep the set how it is in storage, but it's really nice. And that's about it for my thoughts. I think it's cool. I like it a lot. And I definitely would recommend checking it out on the channel. And of course, I will link that once again. And that's it for the video. Thank you for your support. Let me know what you think of this alternate build. Do you think it's good? Do you think it sucks? Do you think it's better than the set? And do you think there's an alternate build that I should do next? And that's about it. Thank you for watching. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you later. Have a great day.